So this is like a really depressing podcast, isn't it? Well,
no, what a great start.
Okay, so the only way up is up. Okay, now we've got into the evangelical podcast, haven't we? Can I just say, dude? Can I just say? No. So I've been like around in corporate times for most of my life, right? I'm now a worker for myself, but I'm a fractional employee, so I do kind of consulting service, but I do delivery into a recruiter, but one that is almost anti-corporate. And I kind of see myself as this like corporate. I've got to find a better word for anarchist. I can't say anarchist because anarchist has such negative connotations.
That could be the title of the podcast. Don't say anarchists.
Yeah. Well, how about we change the connotation to something good? Because anarchy is not supposed to be bad. It's just
chaos is pretty.
Well, anarchy doesn't mean chaos. I mean, I know if you talk about anarchy, well, not originally. That's not why it came about. Because I'd like to think of myself as a socialist anarchist, but that's a different political
as long
discussion.
As it doesn't involve soup or famous paintings.
I'm not allowed to enter any museums. Let's put it this way.
No, or sit in corporate corridors, or you know what I mean, set fire to none of that kind of stuff. No, but I really think that as I'm getting older and I'm getting more outspoken, that the whole corporate world needs kind of an injection of humor and joy and and all those things that make me get up and want to go to work. And the more and more people I talk about, it's all about working 40 years, retiring, and then doing the fun things. And you know what I mean? I don't think it's that far off where I'm going to be incontinent, right? It's not in a corporate sense. You know what I mean? I'm going to be old. I was talking to, my kind of mentor, this Jamie Cato guy, and he was going, Steve, how many summers have you got until you need somebody to wipe your bum? And I'm thinking, well, okay, say if that's 80, well, that's like 28 years. It's not a lot of time before to make a difference in the world. So I think, that's kind of what I want. I want to, I'm a technologist by nature. I've been at IT. I'm kind of CIO, CTO level now, but really it's about making people, engaged in what they're doing, bringing real meaning to like work. So you actually want to do it. I think that's where I'm about. But it's took me a while to get this outspoken. What about you two? What's your special skills? What's your areas? What do you bring?
Well, you just reminded me of. Have you seen that blog post by Wait But Why? The Tail End.
No.
If not, I used to send it to everyone at work, and you just send it to a lot of clients as well. But it's Wait But Why. It's a great blog, and it's just like exactly like you say, going through. It's like, well, how many times have you got to do stuff? And it's like main overarching message is like the amount of time that you spend with your parents by the time you leave home to go to university is like 99% of the time you're ever going to spend with them. And then so like when are you gonna how often do you see your mum? Like twice a year? It's like, well, how many years, even if you got lots of your life left, other people around you might not have, and you never know when it's gonna go. So it's like just quite
so this is like a really depressing podcast, isn't it?
No, what a great start.
Okay, so the only way up is up.
It's like it's too short. There's only, like you say, there's only 28. There's like he did it at Super Bowls. There's 20 Super Bowls before I'm going to be dead. It's like, well, I've not even been to a Super Bowl yet. I just watch it on TV, so maybe that might be something I want to do. But it's like that, having that. I think it's quite easy to just sit in hours-long meetings at work, thinking you're doing stuff when you're not really, and actually you could just be going off and spending some time with your kids or doing something else. And so I guess that's a nice little segue into like what I'm most bothered about is trying to save people time at work to do more of the things that they want to do. So if they want to have more fun, cool. If they want to make more sales too, if they want to get promoted, then they've got time to do it.
Yeah.
But I think loads of companies say that they are really interested in well-being. It's like, well, you can't possibly be interested in well-being if no one's got any time to do any well-being activity. So like doing a yoga retreat for half a day once a year, when you're then beating people up because they're not working 14-hour days, there's no point. It's like it doesn't go together.
nowadays.
Yeah.
And Ali, this will be a segue into, I think, something we've talked about before, right? But one of the big things about that is just making work not fun, right? Work should be a place that kind of makes you smile, right? It should be where you go, yeah, I'm gonna do some good stuff, and I'm gonna have some fun doing it. But that isn't the way of the world. Generally, I think
because
they see you as
work,
having no gravitas or not being corporate. If you,
yeah,
what do you think?
because we've been conditioned to think that because it's work, it has to be, you know, work. It has to be hard. It has to be boring. But it doesn't have to be. Never. In work can be fun, and you can still have fun and still enjoy it and add value to the world and change, you know, the organization and the whole thing. And you know what I bring to the table is, I guess it's a strange one, because by profession I'm an agile coach. I've been a scrum master. I've been in testing. I've been doing IT since '99. You know, in one shape or form. But what I found my calling was when I started working as an agile coach, where I get to start spending time with leadership. I spend time with teams, and I look at the not just processes, but how people interact with each other, how people work with each other, how individuals work with large organizations, with management, and is trying to be not the glue. I don't want to be the glue. I want them to be the glue to each other, but I want to be there to make sure that it happens. Just making things around, just working with them could be minor changes about processes that will help them have better conversations and look at how they deliver value. It's all about, so when I think about agile and agility, which is the bits that I focus on so much when I go to organizations, is it's not just delivering, it's not just agile ways of working, it's actually delivering software in a better way, but not forgetting the human in the middle. The human is the person that's doing the work. Then that human needs to be happy. And if that human spends 8 hours a day in a meeting or half a day in yoga retreat and they do 75-hour day, you know, weeks, that's not fun.
Yeah.
If they see the family, you know, when in the morning before they leave, they rush out of the house. That's not life. That's not even worth. You know, I mean, yeah, okay, obviously you're working hard to pay the mortgage and stuff. But
Okay, now we've gone into the evangelical podcast, haven't we? Can I just say,
okay,
dude? Can I just say, no, just say, right? I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to say you're an agile coach because you like Lego. In fact, you like playing.
I do like Lego, but yes.
And it's the only job in the world that lets you play with Lego.
I do.
It's true though, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I get to teach with Lego. That's the most important part.
Exactly, but why haven't you got that? You know, why aren't you proud of like the fun bits? You immediately went to the meaningful and the life and the enhancing bits, and it's like, why are we all so kind of? Oh, it's bad talking about things that are fun. If you come on away, make work fun because you do. I had you in my team for 9 months, and you make work fun. What's wrong with that?
Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah. Well, the reason I say that is because when I try to, obviously, I don't go to organizations and start talking about fun immediately. I have to talk their language first, and then eventually, over time, I introduce fun things to make sure, you know, we're focusing in the right areas and we're working in a way where, you know, the humanity, the empathy comes out. Of the work.
Yeah. But I do think humor and joy,
because I didn't just walk up to you and
comes from fun, don't you think? I think it's about, that's the easiest 100%. Thing to access as people. Is if people are having a good time, they're going to be more engaged, they're going to be more committed, they're going to be more, you know, better interactions, and that's kind of bring on the fun. I really think you've got to keep the delivery. Obviously, it's not just a joke, but fun should be top of the agenda.
I used to work with a sales director who had 2 opposing sayings for pretty much the same thing. So one was like, happy people sell. So if you want to sell more stuff, you need to make the sales force happy because no one wants to buy off a miserable salesperson. which is pretty obvious. And then if you've got like someone that's really negative or poor performing in the team, he's like, if there's a poo in the pool, no one wants to swim. So it's like you've got to get rid of the
that is
the bad stuff. Yeah. It's like you can't have a high performing team if there's one person that's like dragging everything down. Same if you like, there's someone just you want to inject some fun, and then just always the naysayer, or want to be dead serious. Like, it's just not a good fit. It's not a good cultural fit because you're dragging everyone else down, and no one's going to want to swim in your pool. So
yeah,
makes sense.